case of the Harlan Brothers MultiKord. Let's see, I wrote down some stuff. Okay, the total weight is in the case, let's see, the case is 14 pounds. The total weight is 37 pounds. Okay, so that would mean the guitar itself would be 23 pounds. I learned how to add without calculators. I'm pretty good. Alright, now we're going to open up the case and see what's inside. Let's open the case. Here we go. And there it is. This is these are legs that come up, and these wires connect to each pedal connects to a different plate. And the plate, when you press the pedal, it moves the plate up and down. And that up and down movement changes the configuration of all 8 strings depending on how you tune it. So anyway, I'll give you a close-up of that. So here's the cords and everything, and they pull. Okay, these are the legs. As you can see, two legs are on it already. It's just so you have to put these 2 on. Okay, this one goes here. And it's really just a thin piece of turns. These are really lightweight, really super lightweight, to the point of being too light. They're tight. And this one, and that's the jack goes in there, the little spot there. Oh, okay, it's going in good. And then after this, I take it out, I'm gonna show you the top part and tune it up for you. That again is where the jack would go in play. Okay, it's kind of cool. Now these things here, there's 4 of these. It's copper pipe. I imagine that these you could hook onto the ends to make it extend up. There's 4 of them, and that would extend it to where it would be higher. Okay? Okay. I just brought a ruler here to give you an idea. Let's see. This is about 25 inches. 25 inches. That's how tall these are. And this extension piece here, which I don't think I've ever used. I guess you'd slip that. You'd take that off and put this in there, and just a piece of copper pipe. It's about, give you another, I'm going to say about another 9 inches if you needed it. It's really flimsy. I don't like it at all. I mean, it's, as far as if you were going to use it like a pedal steel, it would jump all over the place. I would never use it as a pedal steel. I like to think of it as a super fancy lap steel. Okay, let's get it out of here. Okay, I'm doing this outside, so there's a little bit more light. And there. Oh, what happened? Okay, there it goes. Okay, yeah, the legs lock. Okay, this little, there we go. Okay, now, these 2 legs were the ones that were attached. These are the legs I screwed on. Here are the pedals. They have cords to them that connect to those bars that you saw before, each one of them. And the top here. You can see there's 4 bars, and each bar is going to move. Okay. Each bar, see that first pedal moves that bar, the next pedal moves this bar, next pedal moves this bar, and the next pedal moves this bar. And then on each bar you have a screw for each string that you can either raise or lower depending on which hole you put it in. You can raise or lower the string. It's kind of cool. So you can make, instantly you can retune a whole 8 strings to a tuning that'll work, you know, as long as it works with the gauge of strings that you have, you know. So yeah, I think it's really cool, because then if you have one tuning and play your lap steel with that tuning, and then press a pedal, and you can vary at that. But I would not use it as a pedal steel, because it's a flimsy. It's a flimsy. Let me demonstrate the flimsiness of it. Certain pedals are a little bit harder. Flimsy. Okay. Flimsy. Okay. But it does have a pretty good sound, and I'm going to play that for you. Let me just show you another piece of this too while we're at it. On this side, that's your tuners. Okay. So you have this side would be your tunings of each of the strings, and then on this side you would just tune the string to what you would normally tune it to, and a nice volume and tone, and this. I don't really play it. If I played lap steel, this is a pretty cool thing here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is tune it. I found this chart on this chart on the forum about MultiKord tuning for 6 strings, so I'm going to attempt to do it this way. Well, it's for 8 strings, really. Okay. Okay. So this would be with the bass line being a C6 tuning. A C6 tuning. All right. So the tuning on the C is it's A, C, E, G, A, C, E, G. Okay, that's the stock C6 tuning. And these are the tuners. A, C, E. Yeah, I tune it a little flat. I just to go by my ear. Okay, then the G. Okay, then it's A, C, E, G, then A, pretty much in tune for sitting for a couple of years. Pretty cool. A, C, It goes, there's it. Okay. Get a little wind blowing out here. C6, and this is your tone. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, and the volume. Okay, so you have your volume and tone. It's tuned to a C, E, G, A, C, E, G. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna tune it up on this end. Let me give you a little bit of an example of how the tuning works. Each pedal is for one complete bar. And the bar has 16 holes. There's 8 strings, so there's 2 holes for each string. One raises and one lowers. Give you an example. On this last one here, that doesn't mean that each string has to get raised or lowered. Most of the time, only two of the screws are really in use anyway. The rest are just placeholders. So I'm going to press the pedal closest to me, which is this bar. Okay, now I'm going to play the first string, the A string, A, and if I press it down, nothing happens. As I tighten this down on one of the holes, there's 2 holes. This is the hole for lowering. So I could change how low I want it by how much I screw it in. Now let's say that string needed to be raised instead of lowered. I'd put it in the one right next to it. And still not doing nothing. You can see that one raises it. So there's 2 screws for each string, so you can raise or lower 8 strings if you wanted to. I found this tuning here on the forum for this MultiKord instrument, so I'm going to try to tune it to this chart where, for instance, this string here, the low A, I would flat the 6th string and the 1st string. I'd flat the 2 E's. Pedal 2 would raise the 3rd string and the 2nd string. So that means pedal 2 would be for this bar. I would only use two screws, and I'd raise those strings. Okay, so that's how the tuning works on it. And what happens is when these screws are in all the way to where they're making contact, they're going to contact one of these bars here, and there's 16 bars. And depending on the way the screw's hitting which bar, one is going to raise it and one is going to lower it. So it's all a mechanical action thing. So it's really super easy to tune. It's kind of like with the old Fender cable guitars. You could reach underneath and turn the turnbuckle and get it to string exactly the way you want. So I don't use it as a pedal steel. It stinks as a pedal steel. It jumps all over the place. I don't like it. But I think of it as a lap steel that has 4 separate tunings. So I could be doing a C6 and then have another tuning set. Press the pedal down to where I set that tuning. Maybe you just vary a couple of strings on it, and then I could play in that tuning for a while. So I think of it in terms of having 4 different lap steel guitars. Of course, the tuning has to be, you know, within the range of the gauge of the strings. You know, they have to be close one way or another. I didn't figure it out, you know, the ingenuity of it. So what I'm just going to do is make it according to this chart here. I don't know if you can see it. And if anybody's interested in, let me know. I'm going to tune these up now. After I tune them up, I'm going to just demonstrate playing it. I'll just play it through a little Roland micro cube set on clean with a little reverb. And it has a pretty nice sound. What I do like about it is the spacing of the strings, though. It's really nice. You know, you could pretty much get a feel of the 8 strings almost instantly because there's a nice spacing between them. That's my opinion, anyway. So let me tune it up, and then I'll show you how it's. You know, I'll just show you how it sounds. Oh, I did forget to mention that each one of these, there was a tool. I don't have the tool that would go over the. I'm doing it by my fingers right now, but you know, you can use a screwdriver to turn it. And at the very bottom of the screw is a little nut, and that tool would kind of reach down and tighten the nut, and there was a screwdriver built in to do the same thing. What I do is once I get it to where I want, which is right now on this one doing nothing, so then I just keep it like that, and I just tighten the little nut on the bottom. It's not going to go anywhere, you know, and just tighten like that, and that's it. And if they're a little loose, it's not going to make much of a difference. Actually, it'll be good because then you can, on the fly, just fine tune it real quick without having to, you know, reach in with the needle nose to loosen it up. And seems to stay in tune pretty good. Okay, let's let me tune it all up now. So what I'm going to do is go through each row, and it looks like there's maybe 2 strings on each one that I'll either flatten or sharpen, and the rest are going to be just sitting there doing nothing. So you know, there's a lot of variation you can do with it instantly, you know. All right. Also, I want to mention that I don't have that special tools, so for instance, this one here, I have to set it to raise up. It's not doing anything, so I found the hole to raise it. Before I do that, I wanted to just loosen up that little nut. It's like it kind of holds it in place. And then once I do that, you know, I just loosen it up a little bit, loosen the nut up here with my finger, and then I would put the screw down. This is on the hole that raises it, so I would just I guess it's a little tight in here, and if you only are adjusting 2 strings on each one, you could take 6 of the screws out, for instance, and it gives you a lot more area to reach in and do stuff. The only reason I'm leaving them all in right now is because I don't want to lose any. Which I yeah, it's starting to do something now. There we go. There we go. That's close to the B now. Yeah. So I tuned all of these things up. I tuned it all up, and so there's, according to this chart here, the top one, it's the same thing, it's repeated, but I don't know if you can see the chart there, but I tuned the pedals like that, but I'm not going to use it like a pedal steel, because it jiggles all over the place. If somebody wanted to use this as a pedal steel, they'd have to modify it. I think they'd have to modify it. So anyway, just thinking about it like a lap steel anyway. As the C6. I'm playing this to a little Roland micro cube amp, and little reverb at a pretty clean setting. And I'm certainly not going to play anything because I'm not really that good. This closes, and this other one closes here over that thing here, and it's tone. Okay, and the volume. So, okay. Let me get a bar. Alright, I have a bar. So anyway, just to give you a sound. Okay, so that's the open tuning, and pedal 1 on this. What I've done here is it's lowering the E string, and it's raising this E string. So pedal down. Anyway, that's pedal 1. Pedal 2. Let me stick a little board under here a little bit. I think it's a little wobbly. Maybe the ground is uneven. No, it's still not great. It's just these legs, really, the way these two come straight down and these two come out at an angle. If they all came out at an angle, it would be a little bit stronger. So anyway, pedal 2, the way I have it tuned here, in pedal 2, I went through that second bar and tuned. I tuned the 5th string to the 2nd string I tuned from an A to a B. 3rd string, I'm sorry. And the 2nd string, the 3rd string to a D to a C to a D. Oh, sorry. 4th string. Okay. Alright, let's retake it. On the 2nd pedal, I tuned the 4th string from an A to a B, and the 3rd string from a C to a D. So, that's what it is. And the 3rd pedal, I tuned the 5th string from a G to a F sharp, and the 2nd string from a E to an F sharp. Okay, the 4th pedal changes the 7th string from a C to a C sharp. And the third string from a C to a B. All right. Okay, this is supposed to go from a C to a C sharp. And it's not doing it. So, watch me. Okay, so it's this one right here. This needs to be sharpened a little bit. It's going from a C to a nothing. So this is what I do. I just loosen this a little tiny bit, like that. I'll get with my fingers a little bit. And I'm gonna turn the screw a little tiny bit. And this is the hole that will raise the string. Yeah. So we're going to go from a C to a C sharp. So this is good. Now you get to actually see me do it. Okay, so C. Nothing. There we go. See? Perfect. So you can really adjust it to fine tuning. And then after I do that, I'll just go like this a little bit. It's gonna stay. So the sound is pretty good. So there we go. That's the sound. It's opened. So I would play it pretty much. What I would do is just play it open as a console steel guitar, and then custom tune some of the strings to do whatever. Maybe get a minor major to a minor or something like that. You know, to do whatever you want, because it's very adaptable here to change the strings. It's I don't know kind of if it's even wood or whatever this is. I mean, it's not that great, but I think what the best thing, the coolest thing about it is the mechanism here, because I originally started out wanting to make a lap steel that could be set to a different tuning, and then when I saw this thing here, I'm feeling, yeah, it's not going to work like a pedal steel, but it'll work like a lap steel that you can tweak a little bit. And that was the reason, you know, because when I went out like pricing all different kind of configurations of bridges and stuff, and I was thinking about making my own, and you know, that's why I got this. Anybody that really plays like lap steel might like this thing. It's you know, it's a relic, you know. I didn't do anything to it because I didn't want to. I wanted to keep everything like original. But somebody can, you know, okay, the cables, you know, they're not going to break. They're metal cables, everything. But if somebody wanted to, they can, you know, fancy it up a little bit. But what I do like the spacing. spacing is a little bit wider than my pedal steel. The string spacing is so great, you know. So if somebody doesn't like really narrow strings, that's it. Okay. Notice I didn't even put a pedal down when I did that. So here's my little Roland cube thing here. I'm, was playing through here. All right, so I don't know if you can see that. That's the, it says Harlan Brothers there. So anyway, that's that. And there's the pedals down there. There's the grooves going up underneath it, and that's underneath the thing. You can see underneath it a little bit. Okay. Yeah. All right.